Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Eric Morris, and today we're going to talk about a topic that is very dear to my heart, and that is starting a business later in life. You know, it's never too late to pursue your dreams, and today we're going to talk about exactly that. When I was younger, I always wanted to build stuff. I knew I was going to be in construction, and I didn't know how or what I was going to do later in life. But I just knew that I was determined to build big things. That's what I liked to do as a kid. So later in life, when I say later in life, I'm referring to my very early 20s. I got married young and I had two sons very early. And so I was a very young dad to begin with. At the time, it may not have been the best option for me to try to start a business. Number one, I didn't really know what I was doing as a business owner. I didn't even know how to start, but I knew how to work. So I got a job and I worked in construction. I started off doing small residential, framing houses, that kind of stuff. And then over the years, I graduated to being a senior project manager, field engineer, and was building high rises and actually had a very good job. I enjoyed what I did, but I was married to those job sites. I mean, I couldn't even take a vacation. I think I took my children on vacation maybe 2 or 3 times total. And those were not for long periods. We're talking about 2 to 4 days max, because those job sites were so fast paced and they really needed me to be there. I mean, I spent countless hours on those, stumbling around those job sites. Anything from 6 a.m. to all night. It just depended on the schedule and what we were doing. It didn't take me long after I made it to what I thought was success in a job that there has to be more to life and there has to be something better. And I realized that I wasn't going to get that working the job that I had. So I started looking for opportunities to start a business. I didn't know how, I didn't know what it was going to be, but nonetheless, I was driven to make a change because I wanted a better life, not only for myself, but also for my family. My children were still in school at the time, and I never saw them. I was always gone. So I had the opportunity to get into a franchise with a partner, and we went into a restoration type franchise business. You know, walking away from a very secure career and a great job that I had at the time was very scary. I mean, I was really worried about walking away from a career. I mean, what if I didn't succeed? You know, what would my family do? What would my children do? It was exciting at the same time to walk away from the job and go into becoming a business owner. But at the same time, I was really just concerned. I mean, my children were very young and I couldn't afford to make a mistake, you know? So one thing that really helped me to have confidence that even if it didn't work out, that I knew I could go back into my career path if I needed to, even though I may not like it very much, but I certainly could. And there was another story where there was a point in my entrepreneur path that I almost did go back to my old job. I met with the president of my former company that I worked for, and they wanted me to come back, and I almost took the job because I was at my wit's end in business at the time. We were struggling, and I was out of funds, but nonetheless, we overcame that. But I wanted to get back to the point of starting a business is scary. Yeah, it is, especially later in life. But you know, if you look at it from the other side of the coin, it may actually be the best time to start a business. You know, think about it. Over the years, you've encountered skill sets, you've met other people, you've faced many challenges, and you've learned how to overcome them. It's the best time to start a business. A lot of these things you can't even develop as a young person. You have to experience them through life to really understand just what these experiences can do for you. And these experiences are very valuable assets that can only be achieved through life. So let's talk about the 3 key topics that were essential for me in starting my own business. So step 1, you want to identify your passion. or maybe a set of skills that you already have that work within the passion that you have. Starting a business that you're passionate about is going to fuel you, especially when you need it the most. Maybe you've always wanted to open a bakery, or maybe you want to open a construction service related business. Think about what skills that you have and how you can use those within something that you're passionate about. I do want to say that there is a line to be drawn between like hobbies, passions, and skills. Sometimes you don't want to start a business that's based on hobbies, or maybe something that you're not super skilled at already. And what I mean by that is not to say you can't do something like that, but it's going to longer the duration to where you actually maybe you're starting to make money and you may burn out before you ever start to and never complete the process. So definitely take time to choose wisely in what business or what type of business you want to start. Now I would advise you take a lot of time with this. Really think about what you want to do. Now it's okay to make changes along the way, and a lot of entrepreneurs do that. They start off with one business idea that they had and they wind up somewhere completely different, and that's okay. The point is to take action, and don't take just any action. You want to take an informed action, if you will. Choosing something that you're passionate about and that you have a skill set within already is going to really help you. It's going to really fuel you when you need it the most, when things get tough and you feel like giving up. Because as a business owner, sadly, we've all experienced that at some point in our lives, because being a business owner or being an employee doesn't matter. You're still going to encounter problems. It's not the problems that's the problem. It's how you handle the problem is what's important. So I would suggest sitting down, making a list of things that you like to do. What are you passionate about? What are your hobbies? And what life skills have you already acquired, maybe from other careers or other jobs that you've had? See how those three different things can align together to help you generate some ideas that may help you find a business that's going to work best for you. And like I said, take some time with this one, because you don't want to go down the wrong path for too long. And like I said earlier, that does happen, and that's okay. You will identify it's not the correct path fairly easily, but nonetheless, you want to save time. You want to be successful quickly. So picking something you're passionate about and that you have skills in, very important. And like I was just saying about how to use your skills that you've acquired over time to help you pick the correct business model, that leads me into step 2. To leverage your life experiences. All the years that you may have spent in the corporate world or working for somebody else, or maybe it was in prior businesses that you've actually started, but maybe you failed or you're just very unhappy. Well, you've experienced things that nobody else has. There's only one you. So use those skill sets wisely. Write them down. Think about what it is that you're good at, that you have learned. And a lot of times these things are not as obvious. You have to write them down, or maybe consult with a friend or a family member and get their thoughts about it, because sometimes you need an outside input, an outside looking in, so to speak, to help you be able to see what it is that you actually are great at, that you just don't even know it. That happens all the time. But I will say that whatever business that you decide to start, you want to make sure that you are solving problems firsthand. And whatever that may be. One thing for sure that nobody in this world is ever going to run out of is problems that need to be solved by others. So what am I talking about? We're talking about any type of business model that provides a service. In the construction realm, which is my background, well, we all need housing. Offices need office space. And these buildings and structures, they often need ongoing repair and maintenance. It's just the way it is. Or let's say if you open a restaurant, well, everybody has to eat. So these things are very important to all of us. There's also other businesses, cleaning. There's a lot of people that just can't clean their own house, or they can't clean their business, or maybe they just don't have time, or they just don't want to. They'd rather hire someone. Well, that's you, if that's your thing. So you're solving real world problems. So think about how the business model that you choose to pursue, how would it help someone, and how would it help and impact someone the most? Because that is what is going to make you ultimately successful. And like I was saying just a few minutes ago about how to maybe have family members or friends give you feedback about what you're good at, well, that's going to lead me into my next point, step 3. That's going to be to surround yourself with other like-minded individuals. I can't stress how important that is. Joining entrepreneur groups, maybe your local BNI chapters or other local chamber of commerce. I don't know what you may have in your area, but join these networks. There may be a small fee associated with some of these, but there's always free ones to join first. There's a lot of online spaces. There's Reddit groups, Reddit subgroups. There's Facebook groups where there's a lot of people that share the same interest as you. And here's the thing. As a business owner, even if you don't even know what your business is, you are who you hang around. So if you want to be successful in your business, you need to hang out with other people that have already done the same thing, or they are actively trying to do the same thing. So surround yourself with those types of people. And one thing I've learned as a business owner is that I don't necessarily need to hang around other businesses or talk with other business owners that work in the same space that I do. No, it's quite the contrary, actually. I prefer to talk to other types of businesses. I enjoy talking to restaurant owners. I enjoy talking to people that maybe they own and operate a golf or country club. There's just so many neat different businesses out there, and there's a lot of really cool niche ones that we've never even thought of or you wouldn't think is an opportunity. And I meet those people all the time. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I enjoy talking to those other businesses and hearing about their challenges, hearing about how they overcame them, because I have learned that a lot of other businesses, they share the same struggles and things that all business owners have. And their information or their feedback is just gold. I mean, it is very refreshing sometimes just to hear people that have experienced similar problems that I have in business. But it's also great to hear about how they maybe overcame it. Or talking amongst other owners and just talking about the issues, opening up about your issues, and letting those people in to help you. So even if you don't know what business model yet that you're going to pursue, still, you want to find your local network groups and physically go there and meet people, shake their hands, get to know them. They need to get to know you. In one of my network groups, I think they say it takes 7 or maybe it's 10 touches, something like that, of connecting with that person that many times, meaning shaking hands, saying hey, before they even really remember your name and what your business is. So it takes quite a while to sometimes get a referral from somebody from a network group. You can't go just 1 or 2 times and expect them to call you for your service. They're not even going to remember you, let alone your service, with just going a handful of times. You got to make it a routine. So look at your schedule, see what works. If it's in the mornings, it's in the evenings, and just make it where it's a part of your life that you go there every week or every month or whatever set schedule that they have, and go mingle with those people, meet with them, talk with them about your goals and your dreams and your ambitions, and hear what they have to say. I have found so much benefit from that in my entrepreneurial journey that is number one. It really is. Surrounding yourself with people that you would like to become, or people that are doing what you're doing, or they want to do what you're doing. Oh man, that's important. Well, that kind of concludes what I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to leave you guys with this, that no matter how old you are or where you're at in your life journey, starting a business or starting over or starting anew, no matter how old or how young you are, is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact is that you're starting again. That is what's most important. Staying stagnant, not making decisions, not moving forward, not trying, not taking action. Oh, it's just detrimental to any entrepreneur. So if there's one key takeaway that I could say for sure, is to take action. even if it's the wrong action. You don't want to do that a lot, but sometimes it's better just to take an action rather than be no action. Okay, so take action on what you want to do. If you want to start a business in midlife or later in life or in early life, the fact is that you've made a decision to do it, okay? Now you need to take action and put forth the footsteps to do it. You know, I believe it was Colonel Sanders of Kentucky Fried Chicken. I think he was 65 when he started that. So it's never too late. Vera Wang, she didn't break into fashion until she was in her 40s. So just remember, your age is not a liability at all. If anything, it is an asset to your success. If you're over 40 and you have a burning desire to start your business, well, don't let nothing stand in your way. Not your age, no negative thoughts, and no inaction. Okay? So just take action. And I hope that these 3 steps that I have provided you with, I hope they help you, because they sure helped me. There's a lot of other things we didn't get into today, but nonetheless, those 3 things I feel like are some of the most important to remember as you go on the entrepreneur journey in your midlife. So just to recap, number 1, you want to identify your passion and what you're good at and what you want to start a business in. There's so many things out there. You want to be happy doing what you're doing, but you want to be good at it too. And number 2, you want to leverage your past experiences. There's only one of you. Your experiences are so unique. There's nobody else like you in the world. So use what you've learned and share that with others, and how you can apply those skills that you've learned with time to help others in the world. And step number 3, surround yourself with other people that have the same goals as you do. So powerful to get out there, to get to other entrepreneur groups and meet with other business owners that are actively trying to do what you're doing, or they have been doing it longer than you, so they have a little bit more experience that they can share to help streamline your process. That has been very helpful for me. I can't stress that enough. So thank you for stopping by my channel. Thank you for listening to what I have to say. And stick around. Please subscribe to my channel. Like this video. I want to make more content to help you guys be successful. That is my ultimate goal with this channel. A life pivot to help you guys become successful and share what experiences that I have to offer with all of you. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.